Good evening, and thank you for always keeping it UCTV. We don't take you for granted. We are so much appreciative that you keep it UCTV. My name is Rachel Najuma today, your host, and with me today I have two guests from Tororo. Tororo, they'll tell you which part of Tororo they are coming from, but we are glad that you're keeping it UCTV. Please join us as we take you through the day with our two guests today. Welcome to the studios.
Thank you very much.
The viewers out there would like to know who is in the studios today. Could you be kind enough to tell them who we are having today? I'm starting with you, sir.
With me?
Yes.
Yes, our viewers, my name is Aloysius Chiribachi. I am the president of Legion of Mary, Martyrs of Uganda. But today particularly, I am here as the coordinator of the Catholics from Tororo Ecclesiastical Province, and particularly the Diocese of Jinja, who are staying in Kampala and around Kampala. And when we say around Kampala, we include Wakiso, Entebbe, Lugazi, Mukono, and a few other places, including Mpigi. So those Catholics who hail from Tororo Ecclesiastical Province, where we have 5 dioceses: Kotido, Moroto, Soroti, Tororo, and the Diocese of Jinja. All those from that region, please, you are under us. We invite you to join us, and we want you to stay tuned and listen to what we are going to discuss. Thank you very much.
Yes, as you've heard, your coordinator, Tororo people, he is here today. He will be telling us about Tororo in detail and what he has come to do today. Back to you, Father.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm called Father Ken Orom, and I come from the Diocese of Jinja. And actually this Saturday I've been making 1 month as a priest. But I'm here for the Committee of Publicity that is organized in Namugongo 2023. Thank you very much.
Yes, as you've heard, publicity Namugongo. 3rd June is coming. That is Namugongo. As Catholics, we celebrate the day. We remember the Uganda Martyrs. He's from publicity. He's the coordinator. Back to you, Mr. Aloysius.
Yes.
The person out there would like to know more about Tororo Ecclesiastical Province of the laity.
Yes.
Yes.
Dear viewers, Tororo Ecclesiastical Province is a province, as I said earlier, comprising of 5 dioceses. Once again, Kotido, Moroto, Soroti, Tororo, and the Diocese of Jinja. And we are so glad that the Uganda Episcopal Conference at its sitting last year found it good for Tororo Ecclesiastical Province to be the leaders or the leading province in the celebration of the Uganda Martyrs this year, 2023, come June 3rd. And the purpose of our coming here is really kind of mention something around it, but we already starting with activities, and we have one major activity, especially for the people who hail from Tororo Ecclesiastical Province but are within Kampala and around. We want to tell them what we are going to be doing, especially starting with the Sunday, this coming Sunday, 12th March.
Yes.
And the things that we shall be doing.
That is the day after tomorrow.
Yes, the day after tomorrow. Okay. So that we are able to work together and see that we prepare the big day that the Episcopal Conference gave us. Yeah, the big day, 3rd June, 2023. So I want to mention that what we are going to have on 12th March, this coming Sunday, is we have organized, we call it a Thanksgiving Mass.
Yes.
A Thanksgiving, mobilization, and fundraising mass, where we want, first of all, to say thank you to God that it is our province again that has been selected that is going to animate this day of the Uganda Martyrs.
Have you ever prepared?
Yes, of course. As a Tororo ecclesiastical province, we have several dioceses that have ever. But the leading diocese, the animating diocese, that is the Diocese of Jinja, it has also done it. But that was last did it 20 years ago.
20 years ago. That is way back.
2000. The year 2002. And now we are in 2023. So 20 years is a long period. So we've been waiting, and now we are here, and we want to invite as many people as possible to come and participate. This year's celebration, especially for 3rd June, we want it to be a little bit different from the others. We want as many people as possible. And 2 years ago, we've been having COVID.
Yeah.
And COVID prevented so many people from
attending.
Yes, from having a pilgrimage, coming for the celebrations.
Yes.
And 2021, we had one with few people. 2022 again. But this time around, now that everything is ready, we are really saying, please come. But to start with, is our mass that is going to be there on Tuesday, on 12th.
That is Sunday, the day after tomorrow.
The day after tomorrow. What are we doing? As I said, we are inviting everybody to come. We want to thank God. We want to mobilize, to start the mobilization that every Christian, anyone who is able, should really on 3rd June 2023 really participate, actively participate by coming over to Namugongo. And because we want people to come, definitely there are a few things that need to be put in place, that need to be prepared. But that can be for another day. But for today, really we want to say this mass that we are going to have is to invite every Christian to come and participate. Our bishops, all the 5 bishops, including the Bishop Emeritus of Kotido, they are going to be available. They will be ready to explain to us a few things that we will require to do. And people from in Kampala and around Kampala are always faster, smarter in doing things. We could support our dioceses in making sure that this function, the main one, which is the 3rd June, is properly organized.
Are you inviting people from, is it Tororo specifically, or you're inviting the general public, regardless whether you come from Tororo or not, to come and join you on the Thanksgiving and Mobilization Day, that is 12th March? Thank
you very much. This mass, we don't have to stop anyone.
You don't limit.
We don't limit. So we are inviting everybody to come. From even other ecclesiastical provinces. But the Baganda have got a saying, Nanyini mufu, so we would like to request that all the Catholics and well-wishers and people of God from the ecclesiastical province should be in big numbers. And then we can also ask people from Kampala, from Masaka, from Gulu, from Mbarara, they can come and join us. But we are saying those from Tororo, really we should be the ones in big numbers.
Yes. When you talk of Thanksgiving and mobilization, it's kind of huge.
Yes.
So a person out there who would like to come, what does, when you talk of Thanksgiving and mobilization, what do we expect on that day, 12th March?
Yes. 12th March, Thanksgiving will be basically prayer.
Mass.
Yes, Mass. We are praying, praising God for giving us the beauty that we have in this country, Uganda, the beauty we have of the Uganda Martyrs, the beauty we have of the people themselves. We want to thank God for that. But we also want to mobilize. Use this occasion now to begin the mobilization. Because whosoever comes, we want to task you, go back. We can see behind you, can we see 1,000 people? Can we see 2,000 behind you? Can you mobilize your parish? Can you mobilize your sub-county or your district so that people can come and participate in the Martyrs Day, especially the main day, that is 3rd June. So We have the Thanksgiving part, we have the mobilization, but we also want to do the third part.
What is that?
The third part is fundraising.
Yes.
Yes.
Fundraising.
You know, when you have many people around, it calls for so many other things. You see, in Uganda, for us, we are blessed with a very good environment. But still, even if the environment is so good, we need a few things. I'll give you an example.
Sure.
You bring about 1,000 people, the pressure they put on Namugongo, first of all, nature demands. And therefore, you need sanitation. People want to feed, people want to do this, but we need all these things to be worked on so that they are readily available and good enough for people to enjoy the environment around. But it costs money, and therefore we need the resources. And because we are mobilizing people, so many of them, you know, you cannot sit and begin whispering, hello, how are you? We are talking about this. You need sound, and good sound that will go out, that whosoever is seated, whether in Chaliwajala in the other corner or whether in Sonde, should be able to hear you or to understand, yes, there is something going on. So we really need very good sound system. Maybe sometimes, who knows, it can rain and become so dark. And what happens, people need shelter, people need lighting, people need, sometimes you come and when you are healthy, but you can develop sickness along the way. And maybe we need people to help us with health. So all these are things that will require some funding. And that's why we are saying, members come together. Let us raise money to be able to support this day so that everybody really appreciates what God has given us and everybody can go back when he's happy. Yeah.
Okay. When you talk of fundraising, it's kind of huge. You have talked about disco, maybe as an example. There might be a person who may say, as a Tororo diehard, I'll avail you with a disco sound system. Is it money you want specifically, or maybe you can take services if someone out there offers to give a service of goodwill?
Thank you. First of all, let me correct one thing. The moment you mention disco, the young man out there knows what he's going to for. He knows he's going to dance. He knows he's going to kusula mungato. Yes, here we are going to kusula mungato with Christ, with the Martyrs. And therefore, we need sound, and I've used the word sound. We want sound, not noise. Sound that is going to go to the people, that people can hear very clearly, well articulated, and they can get the message. Many people don't know about the Uganda Martyrs, and therefore when you have somebody explaining, like our bishops are really at the best to explain about the Uganda Martyrs. And now when the bishop is there saying mass, and during this time is giving out information and is teaching the people, and the people are not hearing, that it will be a disaster. That's why we need somebody to give us a sound. If somebody out there has got a very good sound system, public address system that can really do us magic around, why not? We don't need the money. All we need are the facilities to be there that people can hear very well. So if we can donate, well and good. If you can say, me, I have my system, it can do like this, I can give it to you, we will be very appreciative. But if we can't, if we don't have such a person and somebody says, me, I have a very good system, but I need this much, that's when we shall now have to look around for money. But otherwise, if people can give us materials, well and good. Yes. Okay.
You have heard it loud and clear. He says, whether you have maybe a sound system or you're giving in a service out of free will, they are ready to accept. Let's go for a very short break. We are going to be back.
Tororo Ecclesiastical Province Association of Laity, in conjunction with the Diocese of Jinja, are organizing a Thanksgiving and Mobilization Mass that will start at 1 p.m. at Namugongo Martyrs Shrine Pavilion A on 12th of March 2023. The main celebrant will be Right Reverend Charles Martin Wamika, Bishop of the Diocese of Jinja. All Catholics hailing from the dioceses of Soroti, Kotido, Moroto, Tororo and Jinja, living in and around Kampala, and all other people of God are invited.
Welcome back. You're still watching UCTV, and with me again, I still have Reverend Father Ken Orom and Mr. Aloysius Shiribachi in the studio. To your father, someone would like to know publicity. You're here, you said you're from that department, publicity. Our viewer out there would like to know, what does father do?
Actually, thank you very much. What I do on the committee of publicity for Namugongo is, as the word is, to publicize more about Namugongo. But for this time around, as everything is intended towards that we are doing in the diocese and even outside the diocese. Now, for example, this Sunday on the 12th, we shall be at Namugongo. We shall have the Mass for Tepal, that is the Tororo Ecclesiastical Province Association of the Laity. So all the laity, all the people living outside the Ecclesiastical Province of Tororo will be in Namugongo, and they are all invited to be there. So the main thing about publicity is to publicize still the same event of the Mass that we shall have at Namugongo on the 12th this Sunday. And publicizing it means that we tell more people about it so that they may come and attend.
What is the main aim of 12th March?
The main aim of 12th of March this month is to call more on board the Christians who live outside the Ecclesiastical Province. For example, the Christians who come from Soroti, from Tororo, and even Christians who come from Jinja, who come from Kotido, who are living, for example, in other places like here in Kampala. So on the 12th, we are in Namugongo and we are calling them on board to come. And as we are there in Namugongo, we want now to go straight to the main point that we're having this year, and that is Namugongo 2023, animated by the Diocese of Jinja.
When someone hears about Tororo, you people over there, we perceive it that you're richly blessed. Many things happen in Tororo. So someone out there would be wondering, what do they really want? Like calling us for Thanksgiving and mobilization plus fundraising. What do they really want? Could you kindly inform them what is the main aim of 12th March, that is Sunday? What do you really want?
Actually, what we really want on that day is for all the people to come on, but not only the people who come from the Ecclesiastical Province of Tororo, but even the friends and well-wishers. We want people to come on board on the 12th March at Namugongo. And as we have said already, it is about that Mass which is also aimed at the fundraising, mobilizing, and even Thanksgiving for that day, as everything is towards the animation of the Uganda Martyrs Day this year by those of Jinja. So we want everyone to come on, but still with that same point at it.
Okay. Now, Father, still on you. Mass, you said, you talked about Mass. There will be Mass time. The time of the Mass?
The time of Mass will begin, it will be at 1 p.m.
Yeah, 1 p.m. Someone out there would be like, should I come when I've taken something already? Is there something prepared? Food excites, like me, I'm excited about food. So after Mass, is there something to eat? So someone out there would like to know, how is the day going to go?
Of course, we expect the day to go on very well, but we cannot say that you come when you have eaten or you come when you have not eaten, because the Mass begins at 1. Now, what we can say is that let people come on, and then as we are there, we do what will take us to there, the Mass and everything, and then after that, the Lord will provide, of course.
The Lord will.
Yes.
As you have heard, it says the Lord will provide. So better come on board and let Tororo Diocese animate its Mass come 3rd June very well. Back to you, Mr. Aloysius.
Yes.
12th March, that is Sunday, is leading us to 3rd June. How prepared are you as Tororo Diocese?
I want to mention that as a province, we are already very much prepared. Even if God said that tomorrow is 3rd June, we will be ready really to go. But of course, there are a few other things that are missing. And that is why we are here calling upon people. But the first thing that we really want is, can the faithful, can the Christians, can the people out there be available? We can forget about all other things. The message of the Uganda Martyrs, the message of the church would like to go out to the person, to the last person there. And that's why we are saying mobilization. We want the people who are going to be around to go back and mobilize as many so that they really get the message of the church about the Uganda Martyrs and what we need to be doing. So when it comes to that, I can't say 100% we have, everybody is aware about 3rd June and what will take place. So that's why we are saying we need this mass to thank God that we are the province that is going to lead, but also to mobilize our people. And then say, oh, well, there are a few things that are not in place that we need to put in place. For instance, when you are having visitors or you are having something at home, you need a flower somewhere. No, so we shall require a few flowers around. Maybe we want to paint a bit somewhere where things are not fine, so that things are really very okay for us, all of us, to enjoy the environment and the atmosphere which is there. So we are really prepared, and that's why our bishops, the 6 bishops, are going to be available to explain to the masses and tell them what it takes and what is required. And then after that, as Christians are lay faithful, we go back and tell our fellow Christians what they need to be doing and how they should really participate. Because there are those who would like maybe to walk all the way, let's say from Karamoja, all the way from Tororo, all the way from Jinja here, to come walking up to Namugongo here. But sometimes they need to be prepared. They may not know what they may find on the way. So this is a message that our bishops will be telling us and preparing us. Go back and tell your colleagues, and maybe this is what they need to think about as they prepare for 3rd June. Yeah, and we expect them, they will be telling us soon, maybe even we will be hearing an official statement about it, so that we know exactly what is going to take place.
Okay. Back to you, Father, as a publicity for the entire Namugongo event. We have seen challenges on Namugongo days, that is 3rd June. You see people out of Namugongo doing other businesses. And people who are inside Namugongo are praying. Outside, it's maybe music, maybe pork, maybe doing funny things. And when you look at it, screens are only put inside Namugongo. Maybe you can put screens outside for these people who are kind of doing other businesses so that they can also concentrate. Have you planned anything about that to say that these people who do other businesses can as well attend mass? Because you see, screens are only inside Namugongo, outside, it's another business. It's as if we are not praying. So what are you going to do about that?
Yeah, thank you very much. Of course, Namugongo Shrine being a place of prayer, and still as we are sitting in the organizing processes, we look at different things that can also help on that day so that people really pray. And one of the things that during the committees that we are looking at is to help people, even those ones who are inside the shrine and even those ones who are outside the shrine. How can they pray, to pray very well? And actually on that issue, we are still in the planning processes for that day, and we aim at making it better this year. Such that this year, as we animate as Days of Ginger, we make sure that at least every pilgrim who is there gets a chance to pray, and even those who are outside and even those ones who are inside.
Okay.
Yep, I just want to add something that this time around, Chira division, Chira municipality, Namugongo division have come on board. And they are also sensitizing their communities. While also as church we are talking to the people, we are not going to use the whip or what to say, please go and do this. No. When a person is told what needs to be done, he will change. You don't even need to shout, and people can change. So those things perhaps were done previously because they didn't know why they had come. Maybe they know they've come just to make money, but you can still make money in a decent way, not in the way they were doing. So Chira municipality is coming in to explain to the people and also to improve the area around so that the accessibility, movement, people are mobile so that they are able to reach everywhere very efficiently. And this, we are very grateful to Chira municipality and Namugongo division that are really trying to do that. But as church also, we are continuously going to talk to people to make sure that take Namugongo as a real serious place for prayer, to remind us that this is what we need to be doing, what our brothers, the Uganda Martyrs, did. While they were being executed, they were busy in prayer. And therefore, why would we now begin bring disco to dance and jubilate here and there when actually the issue is about prayer?
Before we go, there is the issue of long lines. It has been happening each and every time in Namugongo. We don't know whether it's the security on the entrances, whether the personnel, the number is limited. I don't know how are you going to handle the issue of long lines where a person can come at 6 and he ends up entering Namugongo at 9 because of the long lines. How have you?
Yes,
Father.
I think we overcutting the cake very fast. Maybe what we can say is that right now for this Sunday, as we look at Tepal, for that much for Tepal, you see now the thing of Namugongo, it is a very big cake of the Uganda Martyrs that we hope to enjoy on the 3rd June. And therefore we are going step by step, and now this Sunday we're having the first step of it, which will be the mass for all the laity outside the ecclesiastical province of Tororo in Namugongo. So now, as we aim at that, yes, still, but we look at, as we shall come to it, we shall be solving different things step by step.
That is Father Ken Orom, the publicity for the entire Namugongo event. We remind you, Namugongo is coming very soon. 3rd June isn't that far. Yes, and we've heard Mr. Aloysius Chiribachi, the coordinator of the Catholics in Tororo Ecclesiastical Province Association of the Laity. Before we go, any message you're sending out to all the Christians out there? Starting with you, Mr. Aloysius.
Yes, my message is that all the Christians out there, our Uganda Martyrs really gave us the light. They showed us the way. We needed to emulate them. And since our theme for the celebrations this year is Lord, increase our faith, that is Luke chapter 17 verse 5, we really need also to continue being faithful. Let's pray this time around that we can increase our faith to love Uganda, to love God, to serve Him with one heart.
And to your Father.
Thank you very much. In the days of Jinja, we usually have a saying that that where there is faith, there is no joke. Where there is faith, there is no joke. So this time around on 12th of this month, we are at Namugongo, and we are there gathering with all the Christians who live outside the ecclesiastical province of Tororo. And we would like to pray and even do mobilization, do fundraising as we head towards Namugongo. Please come and we begin off. We go step by step until we reach the D-Day. You are all welcome. Thank you.
Okay, that was Father Orom and Mr. Aloysius. Once again, we call you to come and join Tororo as they celebrate or they engage in the Thanksgiving and Mobilization Plus Fundraising on 12th March, this Sunday, as they prepare for 3rd June 2023, as we remember our Uganda Martyrs. For now, we sign out. Thank you for always keeping it UCTV. Please do stay tuned.